In this week's assignment, we read 2 articles: Diversity in the Workplace, Benefits, Challenges, and the Required Managerial Tools, and Diversity in Organizations, Where Are We Now and Where Are We Going? We also watched a TED Talk video, Inclusive Diversity, The Game Changer by Tony Carter. The first article defined diversity as acknowledging, understanding, accepting, and valuing differences among people with respect to age, class, race, ethnicity, gender, disabilities, etc. It covered the benefits of diversity in the workplace, creating a competitive edge and increasing work productivity. It also covered the challenges of diversity in the workplace, including knowing how to manage differences effectively. The second article discusses the research that had been done on diversity in the workforce for the past 40 years. The diversities covered included race and ethnicity, gender, age, disability, sexual orientation, and cultural and national origin. Overall, the article conceded that much progress has been made over the 40 years, yet there is still a long way to go. The article concluded that an integrated theory of diversity should be developed. Core human elements communicated from the top should be that respect, dignity, and clear value to the organization that are not tied to demographic or cultural attributes. Tony Carter, the speaker of the TED Talk, discussed her personal experiences in her professional position and adjacent political role. She found that getting buy-in on diversity from the majority was difficult until her language changed. Her conversations went from diversity to inclusion and finally to inclusive diversity. Ms. Carter noted that the evolution of her language became the game changer. No one wanted to see themselves as a part of the problem. Using the term inclusive diversity allowed them to see themselves as part of the solution. 2 things stuck out to me as I was reading and reviewing this week's lesson. The first was that language, words matter. In Ms. Carter's case, change came first with using the term inclusive diversity. After changing her vocabulary, she was able to have a different type of conversation with the majority, conversations they were receptive to. Secondly, she talked about how effective it could be to make the majority see themselves in discussions and to include them to accelerate the agenda. The example given was of the white manager in the Hidden Figures scenario who tore down the whites-only signs on the washrooms in the building where the African American scientist worked once he found out she had to go to another building to use the facility. When he was a part of the conversation, he accelerated the agenda and made a difference. The first article that I referenced, another vital requirement when dealing with diversity is promoting a safe place for associates to communicate. Everyone should feel comfortable enough to get to understand each other to eliminate preconceived notions and stereotypes. A safe and inclusive workplace where everyone can be heard is ideal. I am fortunate to work in an environment where diversity is not only an ideal, it is mandatory. I am required to hire candidates from other demographic groups. My current staff is made up of 17 people from different races, cultures, sexual orientations, disabilities, age, and gender, all of the categories noted in the second article. Its composition is not by accident, it is intentional. The larger organization has a long way to go. I'm delighted that after being employed by the federal government for over 30 years, diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility are now being prioritized.